Jerusalem. Israel said it bombed 6 targets in Gaza on Thursday in response to a volley of mortar fire from Palestinian militants, as tensions escalate in the enclave. About a dozen mortar rounds were fired at Israeli army forces involved in construction work along the border fence on Thursday afternoon, according to Lieutenant Colonel Jonathan Conricus, a spokesman for the Israeli military. There were no casualties, he said. Conricus said militants probably fired the mortars in retaliation to Israel's destruction of an attack tunnel that snaked from Gaza into Israel that the Islamic Jihad militant group was building. 7 Palestinians were killed in the initial attack, and Israel later said it had recovered the bodies of 5 more militants who were reported missing. Following the mortar fire, Israeli jets targeted 4 military sites belonging to Hamas and Islamic Jihad, Conricus said. Later on Thursday evening, the army said it had also struck 2 terror infrastructure targets. At least 2 Palestinians were injured, according to Gaza's health ministry. Israel and Hamas, the militant Islamist group that controls the Gaza Strip, have fought 3 wars since 2008. But the tunnel incident has also increased friction between Israel and Islamic Jihad, the second largest militant group in the Strip, which had threatened revenge for the death of its fighters. The Israel Defense Forces sees this as a severe event, Conricus said of the mortar fire. We know exactly who conducted this attack, down to their names, but we hold Hamas responsible for any hostility from Gaza. Dud Shihab, the leader of Islamic Jihad in Gaza, said the Zionist aggression was an attempt to distract from the killing of a Palestinian man in the West Bank by settlers earlier in the day. The Palestinian resistance has the full right to defend and respond to this dangerous escalation. The occupation bears responsibility, he said. A few days after the tunnel bombing, Israel's military said it was holding onto the bodies of the 5 militants, which could be used as a bartering tool to secure the release of the bodies of 2 Israeli soldiers killed in Gaza during the 2014 summer war and 3 Israeli civilians who disappeared in the coastal enclave between 2014 and 2016. Conricus said the army would remain on high alert but was not interested in escalating the situation. Israel has been developing technology to detect and destroy tunnels since its 2014 war with Hamas, when the group used underground warrens to launch attacks and defend themselves from airstrikes. A total of 67 Israeli soldiers and 6 Israeli civilians were killed in the conflict, while 2,251 Palestinians died, according to the United Nations. Israel also is building an underground barrier to prevent tunnels from crossing into Israel. Belousha reported from Gaza. Loveday Morris in Jerusalem contributed to this report. Read more: 7 Palestinian militants killed as Israel blows up tunnel from Gaza. Today's coverage from Post correspondents around the world. Like Washington Post World on Facebook and stay updated on foreign news.